Hello and welcome to Boom, our election special US election simplified. All through the series, we've been focusing on the basic questions, and right now we're going to try and attempt, in a very, very simple terms, to answer the question what a Joseph Biden presidency is going to look like for the United States. Now, the answer to that question is a pretty simple one. As you will see, we will not get into details because there aren't any details at this point in time. Remember, Joe Biden is the president-elect. That means he's actually going to assume the presidency sometime in January, so in 2021. Before we get into anything, let's listen into Joseph Biden's historic speech.
It's time to put away the harsh rhetoric, lower the temperature, see each other again, listen to each other again. And to make progress, we have to stop treating our opponents as our enemies. They are not our enemies. They are Americans. They're Americans. Tonight, the whole world is watching America. And I believe at our best, America is a beacon for the globe. We will lead not only by the example of our power, but by the power of our example.
This is a time to heal in America. That's what he said. He also said, let this grim era of demonization in America begin to end here and now. So those were historic words from Biden. And of course, his running mate, Senator Kamala Harris, is going to be the first woman vice president ever. She's of half Indian and half Jamaican ancestry. And let's listen into what she had to say.
To the woman most responsible for my presence here today, my mother, Shamala Gopalan Harris, who is always in our hearts. When she came here from India at the age of 19, she maybe didn't quite imagine this moment, but she believed so deeply in an America where a moment like this is possible. And so I am thinking about her and about the generations of women, Black women, Asian, white, Latina, Native American women who throughout our nation's history have paved the way for this moment tonight. Women who fought and sacrificed so much for equality and liberty and justice for all, including the Black women who are too often overlooked, but so often prove they are the backbone of our democracy. All the women who have worked to secure and protect the right to vote for over a century, 100 years ago with the 19th Amendment, 55 years ago with the Voting Rights Act, and now in 2020 with a new generation of women in our country who cast their ballots and continued the fight for their fundamental right to vote and be heard. Tonight I reflect on their struggle, their determination, and the strength of their vision to see what can be unburdened by what has been. And I stand on their shoulders.
So Kamala Harris there saying that it's now the era of hope and unity, decency, science, and yes, the truth. So those two words were interesting, science and truth, which the focus of which was missing at the White House all these years. So what does a Joseph Biden presidency and a Kamala Harris vice presidency look like for the United States? As political commentator Van Jones put it on CNN when he burst into tears when they called the election, he said, it's easier now to be a father. It's easier to tell your kids that character matters, that telling the truth matters. And he went on to say, it's easier for a whole lot of people in the United States. He said it's easier for Muslims, for immigrants, for Black people, for brown people, all the people who've been persecuted by the Trump presidency. He also said people who were afraid previously to show their racism were getting nastier and nastier under Trump's presidency. And he hoped that it would be a rollback to years where at least you had to be decent in the face, even if you thought otherwise at the back. Now, is it going to be the end of the post-truth era? Is it going to be the end of the fake news era? No, it's not likely. It's not likely to end in America. It's not likely to end in the rest of the world. And we fact checkers will continue to have a job. But symbolism matters. And because from symbolism, concrete thought and concrete action can flow. And symbolically, the character of US politics, flawed as it has been, flawed as it has been all through the years, it has had a little bit of a comeback. It has been restored, and it also acts as a symbol or signal for the rest of the world. So that's really, in a nutshell, what the Joseph Biden presidency is likely to be for the rest of the world and for the United States. Thanks for watching.